The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. Well, it has been 5 years since we first reported on a cancer cluster in the 5th Ward neighborhood and Kashmir Gardens. Now, groups of people in the same neighborhood falling ill, even dying from this cancer. Data links some of those illnesses to chemicals being hauled by the Union Pacific Railroad, according to the lawsuit. Now, tonight, we hear from a woman who lost both her parents and the attorney representing hundreds of people. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored to talk about the cancer cluster that we're seeing in the 5th Ward, we have with us attorney Jason Gibson and his client Anna Dorsey. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. So, Anna, let's begin with you. How has this cancer cluster affected your family?
Drastically, sir. My mother, she passed away approximately 7 years ago, bladder cancer. And prior to that, approximately 15 years prior to that, my father, he passed away with brain cancer. It has rocked, totally devastated our entire family because they truly were the pillar of the 5th Ward area as far as how they contributed to the churches, the police departments, and the fire departments.
Did you guys have any clue that this could have been the result of the cancer cluster, the creosote in the community that, according to your attorney and other investigations left behind by the Union Pacific Railroad?
No, sir. No, sir, not at all. Not the remotest clue, no.
And have you seen other neighbors with cancer as a result of being in the area?
Absolutely, sir. Friends and families and direct neighbors, literally next door to us on either side, have died with cancer.
And Mr. Gibson, when you take a look at this case, how egregious is it when you consider so many people have been affected, according to the allegations, by cancer because of this railroad?
Well, I've been doing this for a while. I've seen a lot of bad things done by a lot of bad companies, and this by far outweighs them all. As you said, the conduct is egregious, and what makes it that way is the flat-out cover-up of what Union Pacific has done over the last few decades. They've known the contamination has been there, yet they haven't warned anybody, and they continue to keep it silent while trying to deal with the city under the radar and pay people off as they go, at least the residents.
Now, have we seen any federal investigations besides local investigations into this site, and has it been declared a Superfund site?
It has not been declared a Superfund site. It should. I'm not aware of any federal investigations that are ongoing now, but it's our goal to make that happen. There have been Texas TCEQ investigations along with the Texas Human Health Department. So we're hoping that it becomes a bigger national issue. It should be, and definitely should be declared a Superfund site.
Now, when we take a look, it is in the 5th Ward area. How many people have come forward to you so far, Mr. Gibson, essentially saying, I have cancer? Can we take a look and see if this is the result of the damage that may have been allegedly done by Union Pacific in the area?
Yeah, well, 5th Ward and Kashmir Gardens neighborhoods and areas, we currently represent over 1,300 residents.
Wow, 1,300 people.
1,300. We filed lawsuits on behalf of over 900 of those so far. And this is a number that will blow your mind. Almost 500 of those are cancer related. I mean, just think about that for a second.
And has the Union Pacific issued any kind of response to the lawsuit?
Yes. In essence, we know there's contamination, but we don't think it's related to all of these medical issues in the cancer. So they're not denying that they've contaminated the properties in the groundwater. They're just going to argue that, hey, all this stuff that's going on is a coincidence. All these cancer cases are a coincidence. The studies conducted by the state of Texas are a coincidence, and there is no cancer cluster related to it, to us or our contamination. So that's the position.
Ms. Dorsey, this is no surprise to you. We have seen this all over the country when it comes to Black and minority communities, right?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
What are you hearing from your neighbors? Are they moving forward with lawsuits when it comes?
Absolutely, sir. To my knowledge, we're all holding out hope that that this will be a quick resolve. In retrospect, we know they're going to drag it out as long as possible, but we're wanting the Pacific Railroad to step up, admit to what they've done, and go ahead and give people closure on this, because it's just ripping so many of us apart.
And one of the points that Ms. Dorsey makes, Mr. Gibson, is that sometimes justice is slow. And we could see people die before there is a resolution to this, right?
That is correct. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people have died already. And I can tell you that by the time this lawsuit is resolved one way or another, there will be more people that have passed, unfortunately. This is a serious, serious matter. This is a company with unlimited resources. They can drag it out, or they're going to try to drag it out as long as they can. But you know what the residents have going for them is, doesn't matter if you're Union Pacific or any other large corporation with a ton of money, you're only as good as the lawyer you send in the courtroom. It levels the playing field. And I can assure you and all the residents of Fifth Ward and Cashmere Gardens and others that have been affected by this contamination that we're going to do everything humanly possible to remedy this situation as soon as possible.
All right. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us on The Factor Uncensored. And Mrs. Dorsey, we want to wish you good luck and God's blessing. We know you've lost the family members. And if you are interested in this lawsuit, which includes hundreds of people, contact Mr. Gibson.